Hello, my friends, family, esteemed colleagues. Request came to instruct people how to protect their kidneys. Well, to know how to protect kidneys, we first have to understand what can harm kidneys and what is the best way to go and check our experts in science to see what they would suggest we do, because this is what people are doing. We always ask question of our medical doctor, or we are also being indoctrinated through movies and through the newscast. So let's see what experts think about it, how we can protect our kidneys, what causes them to fail, and what is best then to check the internet. Okay, so when we are talking about kidney disease, causes, what is the cause of a kidney disease? Now we are focusing here on the what doctor called the steady deterioration of kidney functions. So why do kidney go into problems of working correctly? So here we are again at the expert side to see what our scientists say about it. Chronic disease, also called chronic kidney failure, involves gradual loss of kidney function. Your kidneys filter wastes and excess of fluids from your blood, which are then removed in your urine. Okay, advanced chronic disease can cause dangerous levels of fluid, electrolytes, and waste to build up in your body. So they talk about early stages, late stages, but what do they say? What is causing these kidney problems? So let's skip symptoms. Let's go down to causes. Here we are, causes. Okay. Chronic kidney disease occurs when a disease condition impairs kidneys function, causing kidney damage to worsen. Okay. So now we are going to look what causes deterioration of kidneys. Type 1 or 2 diabetes. What is diabetes or diabetes? It is a higher level of blood sugar than regular. So if normal sugar levels do not harm kidneys, in which way do the higher sugar levels harm kidneys? There's never going to be an explanation. Okay, it's because of insulin. But let's go first, check the rest. High blood pressure. Okay, so if you suffer from high blood pressure, you are going to gradually develop kidney problems. This is what they say. In which way? Well, it's not specified, but we'll get to it. Glomerulonephritis, which is basically inflammation of glomerulus, which filter the blood. Well, they say that causes inflammation is causing a problem. Yeah, it may cause problem in filtering, but inflammation of kidney has to be caused by something, and this is the cause. Inflammation is just symptom, is the body's reaction. Nephritis, inflammation of kidney tissue, again, inflammation caused by what? Polycystic kidneys, when you develop multiple cysts within kidneys, as shown here in a picture. Okay, again, what causes this? These are already symptoms. They're saying causes, but they are mentioning symptoms. Prolonged obstruction of urinary tract. Okay, they say if something is preventing urine to go out, well, this is going to affect the health of a kidney. Okay, but this is one. So far, we have found only one probable cause. Okay, again, urine backing up into kidneys from bladder. It's a reflux. Why is it happening? What is causing it? This is again symptom. Recurrent kidney infection, also called pyelonephritis or nephritis. They say bacteria. Okay, now who is at risk? People with diabetes, high blood pressure, people with heart problem, obesity. In which way does obesity affect kidney function? Being black Native American. Why black Native American? Family history or genetic? Older age? Okay, don't get old because you're going to get sick. This is what these experts are telling us. Complications. So what happens if you have a problem with kidneys? You will retain liquids. Are you sure? Sudden rise in potassium levels. Where did the potassium come from? Because it cannot be filtered out. Why? Heart disease. Decreased sex drive. Okay, so we basically see that prevention to reduce your risk of developing kidney disease. Okay, follow instruction over-the-counter medications. Don't poison yourself with medicine. You are going to prevent kidney problems. Well, what if you are not medicated? This is not your normal state. Maintain healthy weight. Okay, eat garbage. As long as you maintain healthy weight, your kidneys will be fine. This is pure nonsense. Okay, don't smoke, which means don't poison yourself. Oh, manage your medical condition with your doctor's help. So if you have high blood pressure, take medication, lower your blood pressure. This is going to save your kidneys. How many people are on kidney dialysis that are managing their blood pressure with the doctors for years? Okay, so these are pure nonsenses. Symptoms. Okay, what symptoms do you have that may indicate that you have chronic disease or developing one over time? Okay, so nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, fatigue, sleep problems. Those are all symptoms of toxic blood. Changes in urine flow and urination. Well, this has to do more with the amount of liquid that you're taking than anything else. Decreased mental sharpness, muscle cramps, swelling of ankles. These are all just symptoms of toxic blood and toxic tissue. Dry, itchy skin, toxicity, shortness of breath, chest pains, fluid buildups. It's all symptoms of toxic blood. Now, is toxic blood the cause of kidney problems? Well, let's discuss this. Hello, my friends. So, we have seen now what experts have to say about it. Now, if we go back a little bit and check, number one, what are the symptoms? Why would you go and check your kidneys? Well, if we look at the symptoms, nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, fatigue, sleeping problems, decreased mental sharpness, muscle cramps, dry itchy skin, high blood pressure, shortness of breath, chest pain, you would never go to urologist. You go to regular doctor and they will have no clue, but they'll have blood analysis. And then in blood analysis, most likely they're not going to find anything regarding these symptoms. And most common diagnosis will be it's all in your head. Go home. If you're in pain, here is a pill. That'll take care of it. Well, we know, everyone that follows my work knows that those are typical symptoms of toxic blood. All of them. Typical symptom of toxic blood. Now, when we go further into symptoms, what other symptoms can occur when kidneys start malfunctioning? Well, you start urinating either more or less. Again, it's not indication of problem in kidney. Your urine may become dark, concentrated, and smelly. Again, your blood analysis may show no problems, and you may have urine like this because simply you are severely dehydrated on a level of blood plasma. So the body is going to instruct kidneys to save the plasma, not to urinate too much, and longer the waste is sitting in a kidney, the more concentrated it becomes. How do kidney work? They have what they call glomeruli, which I call them mini nuclear reactors. They look like little balls. And then you have artery coming in, very tiny, tiny artery goes in and squirts its content in there. And then you have a very tiny vein that now reabsorbs, but reabsorbs things that it's calibrated to reabsorb in a quantity it is calibrated to reabsorb. It is all controlled by the autopilot of health that is installed in everybody that keeps the parameters correct. So if you drink plain water without minerals, you shoot the water in there, and now absorption goes, wait a minute, I need more minerals. I cannot control electroconductivity. There are minerals missing. So it will absorb stuff with minerals underwater. It will allow to stay there and to actually be separated and go through a duct, ureter, into the storage area, which is our bladder. The longer it stays there, the liquid, the more stuff remains there, which could be toxic. It's not desirable. Body does not want to reabsorb it. But a lot of these things are acids from cells that cells are eliminating. For example, uric acid, citric acid. So what happens? The concentration becomes stronger, and it is going to affect kidneys negatively. So whenever you have a darker and smellier urine, it's an indication that you are low on blood plasma, and your body is instructed to save plasma. and you are urinating much less, and urine therefore is darker, more toxic, and the toxicity and acidity could be so strong that during urination you have a burning sensation. Now, immediately when you have the symptom, burning sensation to urination, yeah, it's infection. That's it, infection. How would bacteria cause this burning sensation? It has nothing to do with bacteria. You may have bacteria there, you may not. You may have bacteria as a body's response to deal with stuff that body is holding too long in a body that should have been eliminated a long time ago. So to minimize on the garbage, bacteria may munch on it. But is bacteria causing any problem? I doubt. And the burning sensation is from acid, not bacteria. And it's elimination of very toxic stuff from your blood. This changes a lot of things, how we look at our symptoms, and proves whatever we have been told in the school is pure lie, because they don't explain things correctly to us. Now, problem with urination, baking up urine, most likely is going to be because of obstruction. And obstruction is going to be done in men by inflamed prostate. Inflamed prostate squeezes urethra, and urine cannot flow, and overfull bladder may actually burst. But what is common with people with toxic blood? They have cellular dehydration because cells do not hydrate with toxic blood, and they close the membrane, so they don't even cleanse. They become very acidic. But since they dehydrate and become acidic, they become brittle. The cells become brittle. They lose tension. If those cells form muscle, the muscle loses tension. The sphincters that close openings in the body, they're made out of muscles, sphincter muscles. If the muscles lose tension, they don't close well. So if you have a backup pressure, it very easily seeps backwards and goes back into kidneys, siphoning back, increasing toxicity. Glomerule being toxic, cells close down, dehydrate more. What happens when cells are very dehydrated and they need to be supplied with water because of their action? Plasma. They are put into inflammation, forced hydration. And this is what is causing the before mentioned symptoms, like nephritis, for example, glomerulitis, because the blood is very toxic, cells are toxic, urine is very toxic, and basically destroys further the cellular structure. Now, they mentioned diabetes. How does higher level of blood sugar damage kidney if lower level of blood sugar doesn't? Well, blood sugar has nothing to do with it directly. But as soon as the level of blood sugar rises over the what I call radar, over the limit, which is usually in a made for stress situation, but with us is because we eat the wrong food, the body is programmed to shoot insulin in the blood. And insulin is abrasive, and it forces cells to open up, to accept sugar. If you are multiply every day pushing insulin in the blood, first cells are going to go with protective measures, trying to decrease the thickness and density of their cells, and then eventually we get to the stage of resistance to insulin, because simply the wall is too dense to be penetrated, but also it's dense for hydration, it's dense for cleansing, and this is causing multiple problems on a cellular level, which is the real cause of blood circulation deterioration. And if you have a blood circulation deteriorating, and you have the little arteries and veins that are the functioning part of glomerule within the kidney, well, they start failing too. They don't start, the absorption is failing. Cells, when they're dehydrated, they shrink like a fruit. You have a plum, nice and round and thick, and when it dries out into prune, it's almost half the size and all creased. Same as with our cells and with organs that they form. So already small artery and small vein now diminishes the diameter because it's very dry, and basically it has a problem working. So it is not really the sugar directly affecting the glomerule, but it is the insulin, presence of insulin, constant presence of insulin in the blood. It's affecting all the cells of the body, including kidneys. Now, blood pressure. Blood pressure, there are many people with high blood pressure and kidneys working perfectly. But just about everybody who has a kidney problems also has high blood pressure. So right away, okay, blood pressure is the cause. It's not, it's one of the symptoms. It's collateral damage. The reason for blood pressure could be neurological, stress, but definitely it's cellular dehydration. And any inflammation is going to increase the blood pressure. So if you already have problem within the kidneys, let's say dark urine was for a while, kidney is very acidic, and now it needs hydration. It goes into glomerulitis or nephritis. What happens? The blood vessels, artery and vein of kidney become constricted. Now kidneys siphon a lot of blood, 180 liters a day or more. And what happens? You constrict the artery. So from heart to your kidneys, there's a big artery that goes there. It's now restricted. Well, it builds up back pressure. And pressure in the body increases. Could be on the left side, could be on the right side, depending which kidney is more affected and how this works. But basically, in general, big flow of blood goes into kidney when you restrict artery there to increase the pressure in a kidney, because you cannot just constrict vein. It's the same mechanism. It's vasopressin. And when it's injected, squirted in there by the tissue, it will constrict equally the vein and the artery. So, buildup of back pressure squirts the blood into kidney cells under narrower opening, but with higher pressure, so same amount of blood goes in. But it cannot go out through narrower vein, so it has to wait until the area becomes pressurized to equalize the pressure to be able to push through the vein. This is what we call inflammation. And this overall pressure buildup is actually acting as a forceful hydration, because also it pushes more of blood plasma into the cells themselves. If you have a very, very tiny sieve and you put yogurt or milk on it and it slowly is going through, well, if you increase pressure, it goes faster out. Well, same that happens during inflammation in organs of our body. So happens in kidneys. So yeah, you will have increased blood pressure, but it has absolutely nothing to do with the health of your kidney. It may just show that you have a problem there. You have inflammation problem. And why? Because of toxicity. Nobody mentioned toxins. And they are culprit for everything. This is why once, when doctors become aware that there is such a thing as toxin and how it works, this destroys the whole science of medicine. Because it's anti-science. It's not real science. Now, how does obesity influence health of the kidneys? Again, doctors don't have a clue. So they look at statistics. In general, fit people suffer less from kidney problems, or they have kidney problems later in life. Obese people are the contrary. Earlier in life, they have kidney problems, and more of them suffer from it. So must be the weight has to do something with it. Now, if that would be so, all bears would end up with the kidney diseases and heart failures. Same with whales. Whale, how much they eat during their stay in cold waters, and then they get fat. So when they return back into warm waters to procreate, they live off their blubber. Bear does the same thing through hibernation in winter, and they don't have any problems with kidneys or blood pressure or anything like this, because obesity has absolutely nothing to do with this. It is the type of food that we are eating, and then if you eat the wrong food and you eat a lot of it that makes you fat, well, the wrong food also is toxic, and it creates all these problems in the body. Increases our toxicity. So I feel bad for obese people when they go to doctor and they have a problem, and first thing doctor says, you got to lose weight. This is the least important freaking thing. Least important. Same as, we got to drop the blood pressure. Least important thing. Nobody dies from obesity. Nobody dies from high blood pressure. We die from consequences of poisoning. And of course, if you go now to check, let me go here to experts, prevention. Follow instructions of over-the-counter drugs, because they know that drugs cause problems. They're all toxic, and they will affect kidneys. More drugs you're using, the earlier you are going to suffer kidney failure. But it's not kidney failure only, it's systematic failure of your body. That shows itself in the kidneys as well, and doctors focus on this. Okay, we got to fix the kidney. Yeah. What about the rest of the body? Why is kidney in this situation? Because body is toxic, because blood is toxic, tissue is toxic. Water retention. Kidney doesn't work. This is why you retain liquid. Well, kidneys are not the only cleansing organs. What about mucosal tissue? What about skin? They do the cleansing too, but they deal with a higher toxicity. What do doctors tell you when you have a problem with kidney? Slightest problem, no salt. But you reduce salt, you're the chapa. Well, without salt, you cannot be hydrated. More problems you have with the kidneys. Next instruction is limit your water. 1 glass a day. You know your kidneys doesn't work. How the heck is going to kidney work when you don't give it any water? What it will do? You evaporate this water cooling your body. What can you urinate when you don't drain? It's too complex and complicated for scientists to think. So many people that I was guiding with the kidneys problems, they tell you always the same story. Doctors told them not to drink. Drink very little amount of water because your kidneys cannot take it. The problem is kidney cannot take things because there was not enough plasma. So they could not in time cleanse. So your first sign that you are looking into problems with the kidneys is dark and smelly urine. Because urine should be transparent, lightly yellow, no smell, no strong odor. Now, darker it is, smellier it becomes, more toxic you are because you are dehydrated. Your body needs more, not water, plasma. Because you put more water, the glomerule is going to eliminate the water because it's trying to balance the mineral content with the water to create the proper plasma for the best possible electroconductivity. It's a robot. That's how it's all adjusted. So by drinking distilled water, you're actually dehydrating yourself. You urinate more. So our experts of science think, you say you drink distilled water, you urinate more, so you are cleansing better. No, schmucks. Body is eliminating what it cannot use and trying to keep everything else inside because it needs electroconductivity. It needs electroconductive material. So, a lot of discrepancy here. Maintain healthy weight, okay? Nonsense. Don't smoke, of course, don't smoke. You don't drink alcohol either. Manage your medical condition. Okay, if you have high blood pressure, go to doctor. This is all bullshit science. This is the science that makes you sick. And let me see if they have diagnostics and treatment. Let's switch to that page, okay? Well, diagnostics, we know they're going to measure blood test, urine test. Okay. Treatment. Okay, let's see treatment. Depending on cause, some types of kidney disease can be treated. Some types can be treated. Some types, I guess not. Okay, and treatment is usually based on controlling the symptoms. So any of those symptoms I mentioned can then be treated to help the kidney function. So you cannot sleep well. So they'll give you medication that is supposed to help your kidney. Well, no, it destroys the kidney. All medications do. You have nausea. Your body is eliminating, is cleansing. You stop it. So you are preventing cleansing and making it worse for the kidneys. This is not helping your kidneys. No. Complications of kidney failure, high blood pressure. It's not true. Swelling, water retention, because kidney doesn't work. Not true. Many people have absolutely no problem with kidneys and they retain liquids. They retain toxic plasma. And I explain why. So everything we are being told and preached while we are being indoctrinated is nonsensical science. Okay, then of course dialysis, which doesn't work. Dialysis is nonsense. It eliminates, 10% of garbage. Nothing. And it's actually dangerous. Should never be done. And nothing around dialysis really works. The restriction, how much liquids you take, actual bleeding should be done. Let go of some toxic blood. And then all these toxins will come out with the blood, and your blood is going to recuperate by creating fresh blood, diluting the toxicity. All you have to do is consume plasma, drink water with sea salt. And once a month, as women have menstruation, and this is why they are generally healthier than men, because they eliminate toxic blood. So men can go and release 1 pint of toxic blood every month and have body rebuilt, and they'll be like women. And once when they stop doing this, all of a sudden their health starts suffering, same like women in menopause. They stop releasing the toxic blood, now toxicity starts building up, and because of changes in blood toxicity, hormonal value change because the body vibrates differently, genes pick it up, start adjusting the body. Women go in menopause. And men, if you stop taking your blood, you will have the same symptoms. There's nothing to do about hormonal changes causing it. Hormones are changing because of the environment is changing, because the toxicity of the blood is changing, is increasing. Kidney transplants. Oh yeah, ultimately we'll take the kidney out and put someone else's kidney in there. Beautiful. So you put healthy kidney in this toxic body, what do you expect? Within a few years, this kidney will be destroyed, same as the other one was. It's a beautiful business, repetitive business. And now, how you can, okay, lifestyle and home remedies. Okay, so they say to, okay, depending on your situation, kidney function, and overall health, dietary recommendations might include following. Avoid products with added salt. Okay, no salt. Choose foods with lower potassium. These morons are really, limit the amount of protein use, because protein is the acidic stuff that is bad. It's not the carbohydrate that creates uric acid when it is transformed into fat. No, don't look at that. It's not the insulin that is squirted in the blood, because when you eat carbohydrates, you produce a lot of, you raise blood sugar. So insulin has to be squirted in. No, don't pay attention to that crap. Limit proteins, don't eat meat. You morons. Okay, is there any wisdom other than this? No. The dietary suggestions are always the same. Veggies, eat fruits and veggies. Not so much fruits for kidney, fructose, but veggies, good solid food, grains and veggies. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. If you have watched at least several of my videos, you would right away get this nonsensity of science. And more and more you start tapping into the truth, your awareness will rise, and you are going to shy away from doctors, because they are trained to cause problems, not to heal you or eliminate them from your life. This is why I call them 007 agents with license to kill, because everything they do, they have been trained to actually make things worse. You don't want to have any kidney problems, don't eat carbohydrates, so your body does not have to convert glucose into fat-causing acids, and doesn't have to inject insulin into the blood. So your body is going to work ketogenically perfectly. Of course, experts of science, they are saying ketogenic state is not good for us. This is why we should not fast, because we go into ketogenic state. The motion that the babies, when they are on mother's milk, they are in ketogenic state. And every other mammal on this planet is always in ketogenic state, except humans and domestic animal we feed incorrectly, like our dogs and cats and pigs. They shift under influence of diet from ketogenic into glucoholic or carboholic or glucoholic state. Same as we do. So avoid these things. Eat animal products, from dairy, eggs, to anything that moves, from worm to elephant, and eat it raw as possible, or raw is the healthiest, so you don't shift the frequency. Every shift of frequency will change color, odor, texture, and taste. So any procedure that you do with your meal that changes any of these senses is indication of shifting frequencies, which then will act in your body against you. You want to have kidneys protected? You have to do the contrary. Instead of no salt, you have to actually add a lot of salt, because this way you are going to trigger the body into eliminating surplus. And since it will be provided with large amount of plasma, water, and minerals, it will just dump everything into the glomerule, into the reactor, and absorb only what it needs. And the rest is going to be flushed out. And since sea salt has all the minerals that your body requires, not in the adequate proportions, but this is not our problem. This is why we have glomerule. Everything will be dumped in there that you eat, and what is going to actually be sucked back into blood is all going to be calibrated according to autopilot, as it should be. So we have no problem with surplus. We only have problems with deficiencies. Surplus is easily eliminated. You urinate a lot, you get diarrhea, you may vomit, you will sweat, you will eliminate surplus, and your body will be healthy. Diarrhea, nausea, sweating, they are not diseases. Body is eliminating So this is part of a healing process. Unfortunately, scientifically, we have been indoctrinated to call this problem coming. This is disease starting. Gotta stop this so you don't get diseased. Huh? You're stopping it to become diseased. If you don't stop it, you don't get diseased. Body eliminates and everything is fine. As soon as you start stopping it, this is when you run into problem. This is how you poison the body. This is how you cause chronic health issues. So if you don't want to have chronic health issues, if you don't want to have kidney problems, supply them with plenty water, plenty plasma, so they can keep cleansing. They don't get tired. They keep cleansing. And body stays healthy. But of course, try not to poison it with plants, because then you're acting on cellular membranes. You tighten them up, bad absorption, and then everything that comes out of it, as I show through my videos, is going to occur. Well, thank you for listening, and till next time, love you all. God bless you. Namaste.